I have sunk just over 200 hours into Dune Awakening now, and I've experienced just about everything the game has to offer. It's astonishing PvE content, overkill, grueling PvP encounters, huge triumphant moments, and losing hours, if not days, worth of progress.
Hey, I can see Lewis.
But this game has gripped me in a way I never thought possible with a game like Dune Awakening. I have been immersed into the world of Arrakis, striving for water, spice, survival. But that doesn't mean the game hasn't had its issues. The deep desert. Something that we were striving to get to, but eventually when we got to it, it wasn't what we expected. We were ambushed, overrun, and outnumbered in almost every PvP encounter we had. We lost countless vehicles, resources, and time to people that seemingly didn't care for what we had, but were more in it just to grief us for the thrill of PvP and ganking someone. And eventually, we cracked.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore.
In today's video, you are going to see us pre-patch slowly come to the realization that the deep desert is really not something we want to be messing with right now. But you're also going to see post-patch, where the devs finally strive to make the deep desert what they intended it to be from the get-go. And of course, we had to jump in, experience it for ourselves, and ask the very simple question, is Dune Awakening great again? So in the last video where we left off, our main goal was to get the carrier Ornithopter, and that still is our main goal at this point in the video. But to do that, that meant going out into the deep desert and gathering more material. So that's what Lewis and I were doing. But honestly, it did not take long to gather our resources and then head back to base to create the last parts for the carrier Ornithopter and start building it fully. And after countless hours of gathering resources, preparing the parts, extending the base so we could fit it in, the carrier Ornithopter was done and we had liftoff for the very first time. Alright, here we go.
Holy fucking moly, look at her.
She barely fit out then. Holy crap.
It's like flying a fucking library, look at it.
It happens.
Oh.
Yes!
Oh, goodness. Oh, that's why. Thank God I didn't hold it for too long. If I hold shift, it's a quick release.
Oh Jesus. Fucking ODST me into this dude's base in a buggy.
Oh shit, Callum, the algorithm's working. One of your videos appeared as the first video in my recommended.
Which one? The one that just went up last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is in the algorithm. I have seen this. I have seen the great spike.
First comment, way too greedy. Wrong use of
Yeah, I told Lewis.
Oh yeah. Wait, no. Give me that guy's username. I want to do a fucking call out.
Oh, that's really weird.
Yeah, tether me. Let's go.
And then we lost it. Well, I lost it. Let me explain how that happened, because it's so stupid. So I'm on my own at the base and I want to go into the radiation zone and farm some duraluminum, specifically the crystal that you need to craft it, right? I thought it would be a swell idea to take the carrier Ornithopter, bring the buggy over to that area like that. That way it was a little easier to get back and forth. So I landed the carrier Ornithopter outside our ground hangar, right? Went into the buggy, didn't have any fuel. Oh well, I'll go grab some from the base. Whilst I was in the base, ready to grab said fuel and put it in the buggy, I heard a very loud bang. And apparently, the carrier Ornithopter was somehow on the sand that attracts the worm. So the worm came up, ate the carrier Ornithopter, and it was gone. Just like that. So now we had no carrier Ornithopter. We had lost it, I'm not kidding, the very next day. We barely got to use it. The footage that I have used of us using it, me and Lewis going out and experiencing it for the very first time, that's the only time we used this goddamn thing. Before I lost it to the sands of Arrakis. And I genuinely shouldn't have lost it. I had even reported it as a bug because I swear to God it wasn't on the sand that attracts the worm. So why was it eaten? Right next to the base. Very frustrating. Hours, days, countless resources lost to the goddamn sandworm. I heard the explosion and I was like, oh, please no. Please, like something has to be left over. And I waited. I just sat there waiting for the sand to dissipate and then nothing. I was like, Yeah, no, I'm quitting the game. And I immediately shut the game down. I was like, no, that doesn't help, does it? I need to actually get back to work. And recoup our losses. So after explaining to Lewis what had happened, I did exactly that. I went out and tried to recoup our losses. It was a lot that we lost because of that carrier ornithopter. I'm still to this day disappointed that I lost it, that we barely got to use it. It would have been fine if we had experienced the sandcrawler and spice fields and everything for the very first time, but we didn't get to experience any of that. So I went out and gathered spice, and of course I ran into some trouble on the way. And even though this guy was trying to grief me, which has since been patched, thank God, where you just sort of hover the ornithopter over another and then you can't lift off. It's so stupid. I'm glad they fixed it now. But I did manage to escape. I went back to base, dropped off the assault ornithopter, dropped off all the spice, went out again in my scout ornithopter just to see what was going on in that large spice field, if I could salvage anything, if I could keep gathering spice, or whether it was just a hot zone. And boy, was it a hot zone. This was one group. They had guards, people gathering spice, and there must have been like 6 or 7. So what did I do? Being kind of mad and still grieving the carrier ornithopter, I did something probably really stupid, and I fired upon them. My goal here was not to fight them, kill them, or anything. I was clearly outnumbered here. This was ridiculous. I was more just screwing with them, running disturbance. Maybe they'd chase me away from the large spice field, I could loop back around, gather some spice, and get out. That wasn't the case. Eventually, I stopped screwing with them. I stopped trying to get to that large spice field. Lewis came back online, and we went to a different one. And then something really cool happened. Something that I've been waiting for in Dune Awakening for the longest time. We experienced our first Ringmouth Worm.
Oh shit, this is
Ringworm.
it.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Holy
yes.
shit. That's a big boy.
There you go. Taking all of the spice with you. Eventually, Lewis and I went back to base, pulled all our stuff back, logged off for the day. Very next day, Henry and I went out to gather spice, resources, and the like. And we both spotted spice fields. I spotted a small spice field, he spotted a medium. Henry went to the medium, I went to the small. And whilst Henry was at the medium, this happened. I got that spice.
Someone's already on the other spice field. That spawned over here. Or at least I think they are. It looks like partially harvested. Oh, it's a medium, that's why.
Oh,
Oh, yep, I'm getting rocketed.
okay. Just head back to Lewis's base.
Yeah. I knew it was an ambush. I fucking knew it. Locomotion module broken. Yep, my Thopter's going out of the air.
So yeah, Henry's Ornithopter went down. They didn't kill him outright, I believe. So Henry just sort of hung around that area, waiting for me to go pick him up. Oh, ruh-roh, Raggy. I saw an Ornithopter behind me and it looked like it was turning in my direction.
Oh, it'd be the rat. Bring him over here. Guy, one of my rocks.
It's true, just lead him to Henry, you can just fucking bip him.
Do I want to pick you up? You sound like you've been out in the sun too long.
Away from my rocks.
Oh god, here he goes again. Back to the base?
You going to get the spice?
Oh, okay. Okay, now back to the base.
He's got spirit, I'll give him that.
I told you, he's been out in the sun too long. I'll just sort of do the rounds, I guess. Little black speck falling onto the sand.
Oh, help.
You fell
Worm?
a ways out.
Worm?
Jump up.
Worm?
I'm coming.
Worm?
That was seamless. Oh, what was that explosion? Bro's wing just got fucked.
Oh, man, are you okay? Is your wing alright?
What happened
Can we
there?
go pick him up?
Nah, he's fine. He can repair that. You can hear him preparing it now. Where did that shot come from? I just saw like the explosion.
I think the durability of his wings broke.
Ah.
Like, I think the thing just broke.
Alright, I'm dropping you out here.
Alright, you dropped me off. Yeah, all the spice I had is in the Thopter, so.
Okay.
He just seems to be over there doing his thing. He said that's a pretty smart idea, jumping out the side of the Thopter.
Yeah. Then your suspensor belt breaks and then you fuck.
Fuck yeah, that's fun.
He really likes this drop in, drop out operation we've got going on. Eventually, Lewis joined up with us and we started gathering more spice. We had quite a good system going on here where I was flying the assault Ornithopter. We had 2 seats in here, so 2 seats for them. These 2 would drop out, gather all the spice. Once they were full in their inventories, I'd land, they'd fill up the Ornithopter. If there was a worm, I'd quickly go pick them up.
It's convenient. Fucking hell. Just absolutely like brained myself on the cockpit there. Guys, I may have forgot to deposit my inventory.
That's alright, Henry did it plenty of times. I'm coming in.
I'm full. Oh, I'm all full of spice. Oh.
Okay, have some spice. Certainly call that a successful spice run.
Yeah.
I knew we were doing it with the sand crawler.
Yeah.
We were doing that one with the sand crawler. It would be 5 seconds and then I'd pick you up again. Once again, we dropped off all the spice back at the base, headed back out to a spice field that we had seen blooming on our way back. This time we decided to take all of our Ornithopters out. Lewis was the first to get to the large spice field, scouting it out, and then we ran into some trouble.
Oh shit, Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're down? You good?
Yep. Maybe.
Get rocketed?
Yep.
Okay.
How many of them?
1. Yeah, I know the cockpit module's about to break, just, we don't need it. Yes, Callum! Papa, protect me!
Is he the one diving now?
No, that's me.
No, there's one in front of me.
Where'd the... Oh, he's out of range distance.
Oh, I took a few hits there. One of my wings is buggered.
I mean, he's gonna start shooting. He's gonna kill me here. Because he's just going for me now.
Can you bring him over the spice field?
Yeah, I can bring him over the spice field.
Well, I was gonna sit down here and rocket him, but a fucking worm has immediately shown up.
Yeah, my Thopter's fucked. He's got me. Yeah, I'm dead.
I'm trying to. I'm not quick enough. Fucking.
I can
Oh,
actually
fuck.
get to the rocks and...
No, he's at the rocks. Hold on.
He's still focused on me.
No, he's not. He's shooting at me, bro. I'm getting bucketed.
He's right in front of me.
This is a different guy then.
Lewis, he's shooting at you.
Ow.
Yeah, he destroyed my rocket launcher.
I don't understand who thought it was a good idea to have such a ridiculously low render distance.
Yeah,
Even when your render distance is maxed out, that I could touch down, start harvesting spice. And
Yeah, I'm dead.
Before
Yeah,
I can even
I'm done.
hear
I'm not
anything.
doing this anymore.
Lamau, I managed to respawn into my Thopter.
Watch out, because he landed and destroyed mine, like shot it with rockets.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do to mine. Well, rip to my Mark 5 Thopter that survived all that survived.
Pull one out.
It's just like, what do you gain from that?
Haha, ruined your fun. Haha.
Like,
It's the same fucking people every time as well. Most of the people on that server are pretty chill, but there's a select group of them who just will only kill anyone they see every time.
Don't you that plagues like almost every survival game, right? Just get
Yeah, any game like this that has a solely PvP element to it attracts a really specific type of person. Having all of the final tier of progression be tied to only going into PvP areas, like, nah, I'm not doing it.
yeah.
Like, I'm pretty content to just not play the game until updates change it to be so that I don't need to do PvP.
Yeah.
And I should say, it's not even PvP. It's just shooting with Thopters. That's it. That's the PvP.
Yeah, no, I was fighting them that entire time. I was 1v1 with the dude on the ground. He eventually won, because guess who came over? Eluscus.
Oh, so it was that group. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally all the negative reviews seem to be describing the exact same problem that you guys are having. Having any endgame progression
The deep desert is
exclusively tied
trash.
to
You get
PvP,
two
yeah.
unemployed losers who just sit there and camp.
I love that there's never been a refute to that either. Like, everyone has been like, yes, obviously there's the people who are fucking unemployed that just sit there doing nothing all day.
So yeah, that's where we were at. We were pretty done with getting ganked, usually by the same people. You might recognize the name Eliscus here. This was the same group that ganked us last video, and they consistently do it. People in chat are always talking about particular people that are always the usual suspects. So at this point, we kind of took a little bit of a break from Dune Awakening, losing Ornithopters over and over and over again, not really being able to gather resources to get to tier 6 gear was kind of disheartening. And whilst we were taking a break from the game, we all forgot to pay the tax on the base, which meant the base was up for grabs. And someone had come along and put their own sub-fief console here, blocked off all the entrances and exits, so when I logged in, I was completely boxed in. No way out other than to respawn and spawn elsewhere. All of our resources, our base, everything, claimed, gone, could not get it back. Right when I was ready to start recouping and get to a good point in the game again, we took another hit. And this time it was our own fault. We didn't check the taxes, we didn't pay them. It's completely our fault for losing the base. But this time, I didn't let this one affect me as much as the PvP in the deep desert. I instantly went out looking for another base location. I used it as an excuse to start enjoying the game again and start enjoying the PvE content that we had grown to love in Dune Awakening. Haga Basin was lovely. It was a great time. And now I had an excuse to spend a lot of time in there, building a new base, gathering resources again that we needed to recoup our losses. And after a day or two, I pretty much finished the base. And we ended up with this. Now I'm also going to give a quick base tour, but it's current day. As I'm recording and editing this video, I'm going to tour the base. So if you don't want any spoilers on particular things that we might have, skip to this timestamp. But if you don't mind, here's the base. Welcome to our third and hopefully final base in Dune Awakening. I've nicknamed this place High Peak. I think it's pretty cool because we are on one of the shield walls. If you look at the map here, this is where we are. It's a pretty good spot. It's fairly private. We've got 2 compounds for bodies, plenty of resources and access to materials we might need. We can go down and grab cobalt paste, loads of aluminium and basalt around here. It's a pretty good spot. And this is the entrance to our ground hangar. It's much bigger than the last one and much more organized. Luckily, when we lost the base, all our vehicles were fine. Still had the buggy with the Mark 6 cut array, thank God, because that made recouping a lot of our losses so much easier. Got our Mark 4 sandbike here, vehicle fabricators in here. We even rebuilt an advanced vehicle fabricator that's fairly new. I only did that today. As you can see on the console, taxes are paid for, and I have a reminder on my phone now to make sure he paid the taxes at the base. If you come through here, you got some corridors. This is where a lot of our storage is at the moment. Just random stuff in these, blueprints and vehicle gear in here. We got money in here. And then down here is a lot of our refining. You can see we got some large water containers, all of our fabricators, refiners, blood purifiers, and then Lewis's little sacrificial circle of death steels that we're using to gather water. Then just sort of random corridors here for extra room. And then out here is a balcony. Doesn't look over anything because there's a big bloody rock in the way. Then if you come through here, this is a very specific building. Now, it doesn't look like much. You can see that we've got a medium spice refinery, which we didn't have before. I saw a comment on the last video being like, hey, you should have maybe done the high tier refiners first before doing a carry Ornithopter. And after losing everything, I totally agreed. So that was the first thing that we built. That was something we didn't have before. And then if I hit my construction tool here, you can see that I've got everything laid out, ready to go, ready for those high tier refiners, storage containers, and the like. We got 2 large ore refiners here. Got the large spice refinery, another medium spice refinery, but I don't know if we'll do all that. We'll see. And then upstairs is the medium chemical refinery, normal spice refinery, and then advanced fabricators are up here as well, which we still need to build. Then through this corridor, I have what I call power tower because it holds all our fuel generators basically. There's some in the refinery area, but for the most part, a lot of our fuel generators are in here, as well as at the very top, a balcony for all our wind turbines. You can see we've got 2 of the max wind turbines and then a lot of the normal wind turbines. And then back in the main building, the upstairs area is entirely for aircraft. We've got hatches with ladders. You go up here, and this is where we've got all our Ornithopters at the moment. We've got an Assault Ornithopter, Lewis's Scout Ornithopter, my Scout Ornithopter. Henry hasn't logged in since he rage quit in that PvP incident, so his Scout Ornithopter is still in parts in a chest. And then this little hangar area I'm saving for the carrier Ornithopter when we eventually get that. We got the entrance of the aircraft hangar. You can fly through here. It's pretty good. I enjoyed this base. It's much better than our last one, I think, in terms of efficiency and space. It was a lot more thought out. I knew what we needed. I knew what I wanted. Lewis has helped make some refinements to the base and pretty happy with it. I think it's pretty much done. But anyway, back to the video so you can see how we got to this point. And then finally, the big day came. Patch day. This was meant to fix a lot of the issues that people were having with Dune Awakening, especially in the deep desert. And let me tell you, it's worked. So here's our first experience with the new patch and everything we did in the deep desert with its new layout, with its refinements. And we were ready to farm some more spice. I see you've been deep deserting.
PvE, PvP boundary, just looking for spice, because it's the one thing we like grievously lack now that all ours was stolen. Yes, I did a run for Stravidium and Titanium, got back, and then was like, we have no way to refine the Stravidium into the strands.
Yeah, that was next on my list of things to do. Because I finished our last building, the power tower is what I'm calling it, because that's where all the power sources are going to go.
There were people in chat earlier that were like, for the last day or however long since the patch has come out, Aliscus and that seem to have fucked off.
Oh, hell yeah. Balance at last. That's funny if they have legitimately fucked off though because of the patch.
Yeah, Kurz was like, feedback online is clearly split. Gankers are like, it's trash, this patch ruined the game. Everyone else is like, it's finally more fun.
Yeah, so normal people like it.
Yeah, Naribi was like, agreed, and I think the PvP will pick up considerably in 3 to 4 weeks as more players can grow to get tier 6, and we'll be like more comfortable heading out to do like actually, as the game was intended to be played or whatever.
Well, you probably see a lot more carriers and sandcrawlers, right? Because people can actually harvest the materials for them without being ganked and losing it.
We didn't have a medium spice refiner at the old base, did we? We just had a small.
Yeah, we had 2 smalls.
Because I think that'll be my tipping point for being like, we've recovered, essentially, is like once we build any of the like advanced refineries we didn't have before.
Oh, another bloom, yep. That one behind us exploded. And that's a medium.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the amount of spice.
Yeah, this is what people in chat were talking about to me earlier. Like, they were genuinely like, it is just popping off. Like, they're going off fucking left, right, and center. Someone said it was like the eye column was just going nuts.
I mean, good, because we just lost all our spice, so hopefully this makes it a lot quicker. Also, I don't have my spice mask anymore, so I'm huffing this shit.
Yeah, fuck that. I've literally never used one. It's like so pointless. I wish some of these bloody spice blooms would bloom somewhere flat. Because the Assaulthopter is just such a cunt to land. So I've never actually tried it, but does the Assaulthopter not fit in the backup gun?
Yeah, no. The only things that fit in that are the Sandbike and the Scoutthopter. That's it.
Oh, that was one thing from the roadmap. I wonder what the new vehicle's gonna be.
Maybe the new vehicle is the worm. They finally worked it out.
Oh, that'd be wicked. No more getting griefed. You just like fucking ride the worm back around and kill whoever it was who tried to bump you.
Jesus Christ.
But it only pulls like 20 spice less per pile, but it feels like agonizing compared to the Omni-Static. I think it's just at the moment it's because we're back to having like, we can hold a lot, but we don't have like all the death stills we need anymore. Pretty keen for that Water Wars DLC they put on
Yeah, I don't know
roadmap.
what that's about.
Water Wars, it's right there in the fucking title.
Alright, well, yeah, it's a war over water, but like...
Yeah, what more do you need to know?
Are they gonna make water, like, some weird...
Arrakis has polar ice caps. That's what it's war over.
Okay, I see.
The fuck was that? Oh, it was
It was
using
me
the
sprinting.
sprint. Just like, Jesus Christ, it's the Jinn. I love in the movie when Stilgar's being like, don't listen to the Jinn, and then he scares Paul as though it's a joke, and then he's like, no, but seriously, like, don't listen to the voices. We're gonna have like at least another 70 spice here, surely.
No, I'd wager more than that, honestly.
Some places it's so dense, I'm like sucking it up and there's still like a fine layer of spice left on the sand afterwards.
Oh shit, he's nubbying.
I'm not being literally.
Look at all these nubbies numbers. I want it to be known, Matt, that your jokes were the worst part of Callan's video.
Whoa.
Thanks.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
Group
What the
gooning
hell?
begins in 5 minutes was pretty good.
He says as the group gooning was already taking place.
Yeah.
Every time I like hear my voice, I'm like, that's not what I sound like. I sound like I'm like putting on like a deeper voice than I actually have.
I feel
Like when I hear my
so,
voice,
yeah.
it sounds. I think I sound like a fucking sissy. And yet, like
I'm
when
a
I hear my voice,
baby
I'm like,
here because
I
you
sound
do.
like one of those weird like TikTok groomers that are like, yeah, let's go.
Your
Sound
sissy
like,
vocal training is
You
not
got,
working.
you got the pirate software voice going on.
Literally.
What Matt doesn't know is I actually put a pitch shifter on only his bits.
I believe that.
Sounds like too much of a bitch. I'm fucking pitch shifting him down.
Nah, just in the corner of the video, just live nubby reaction at all times.
So as you can see, Henry got up to the most important thing, I guess, other than playing Dune, which was Nubby's number factory, if you know what that is. But whilst he was harvesting numbers, I was harvesting titanium and stravidium, because the next thing I wanted to build was a medium spice refinery. So I went out, gathered resources, everything that we needed, until eventually I had everything for a medium spice refinery, something we didn't have before. And once it was built, of course I had to test it out, so I had to go out and get more spice. Once I had that, came back to the base, tested it out, pretty damn efficient. Very glad that we spec'd into this one this time around, because this is just going to make recouping some of those things that we lost, like the carrier ornithopter, a bit more quick. But to get the carrier ornithopter back, we needed an advanced vehicle fabricator, so that was the next thing. I gathered all the resources for it, and thankfully had a more enjoyable time this time around in the deep desert on my own. Didn't feel like I was going to get ganked at any stage because of the new patch. And then once I was done gathering resources, I refined it all, and then I could finally make the advanced vehicle fabricator again. And basically, besides obviously the obvious one, which is the carrier ornithopter being lost, and the fact that we don't have the other advanced fabricators again yet, it finally felt like we had come back around, that we had finally recouped our losses after hit after hit after hit in Dune Awakening. We found our feet again. And that's partly due to the new patch. It's definitely made the Deep Desert a more enjoyable experience. It's made it feel like I'm not going to lose everything as soon as I go out there, as soon as I cross that red line into the PvP zone. Because in most cases, I don't even have to cross that red line. A lot of the resources I can collect in a PvE zone, I'm safe. And the patch seems to have disheartened those that were just griefing everyone, that were ganking and stealing joy from the game, if I'm honest, because they weren't stealing our gear, they weren't stealing our resources, they were just killing us, destroying our vehicles, just because they could. But it seems they've quit the game, for now anyway. And like Lewis and I discussed in the video, we're hoping that now we can get to tier 6 gear, be ready for the Deep Desert at its full capacity, and PvP will probably return at a certain point. We'll probably see a lot more carrier ornithopters, a lot more sand crawlers, and the Deep Desert will become what it was first intended to be, which was fighting over resources, fighting over the spice, grouping up with bigger groups, having guards and the like, not just, I'm gonna kill this dude and grief him, but I don't actually care about his resources. It was toxic. Dune Awakening by design is meant to be somewhat toxic, but not at that level, not at the level we were experiencing with people like Chaos and Aliscus. So to answer the question, is Dune Awakening great again? Almost. We'll find out in the coming weeks whether the game is really in a good state again. If people are finding enjoyment, if people are coming back to the game and enjoying the end game, the Deep Desert, and playing it the way it was meant to be played. And there's exciting things on the horizon. A new free update is on its way for Dune Awakening, adding a new vehicle, new content, and we have a roadmap for things to come. So after sinking just over 200 hours into Dune Awakening, I would recommend it. Especially if you're into the survival genre. This by far is one of the best ones I've played. And the fact that it's an ongoing, frequently updated MMO-esque survival game just makes it that much better. There have definitely been bumps along the way, but I have really enjoyed my time with Dune Awakening for the most part. And it's clear that the devs are listening to the community, they're taking in the feedback, and they're actively working on the game to make it the best version of Dune Awakening they can. So if you've taken a break from Dune Awakening, perhaps you were also frustrated with the Deep Desert, the endgame, and the constant ganking and griefing, I would recommend that you come back, give it another chance. And like I said, there's plenty more content coming down the line for Dune Awakening, so if you want to jump back in when bigger updates come in, they are soon. But for now, I think we're going to slowly keep playing Dune Awakening from time to time, and I may make another video on it, but it's probably going to be a while. So thank you very much for watching. If you've tuned in for just this Dune Awakening video, for the last two, whatever it is, thank you so much for watching. The support on these videos has been very, very humbling and very welcome. I've enjoyed making them, and I hope you've enjoyed watching them. Subscribe if you want more Dune Awakening, more content like this. I'll keep uploading videos like this. Gonna take a bit of a break from Dune Awakening in terms of content for a bit, but we will eventually return, like I said. For now, the current plan is Helldivers, big update coming. If you've been around my channel before, you know that I played a lot of Helldivers 2, so I cannot wait for the ODST update of Helldivers 2. Then there's also a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 DLC dropping in early September, and I will definitely be playing that and making a video on it. So if that interests you, make sure you subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, comment down below your favorite part of Dune Awakening. Have you jumped back in? What's been your opinion on the game? Let me know in the comments down below. Become a member today if you want to support me in another way. You get early access videos and live streams. And thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.